Welcome everyone to welcome everyone to the 2022 Teacher of the Year reception. My name is Sean Beard. I'm the Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning, and I'll be facilitating part of today's festivities. And so I just want to welcome everyone that's here and everybody that's watching on YouTube as we stream. Just to let you know how this goes, we'll go through and we're going to talk a little bit about how the Teacher of the Year selection process works. And then we're going to recognize our site candidates, and then we'll talk through introducing our 5 finalists for the year. And then Superintendent Durkee gets the distinct honor of announcing our winners. So we're glad that you're all here today. To give you a little bit of background, like I said, the process does involve a large committee that includes teachers from each building, as well as administration and board members at the Sand Springs Public School District. And through the process, each year, each building selects a site nominee as representative for their site as site or building Teacher of the Year. All nominees are required to have 3 years of experience teaching in Sand Springs Public Schools, and nominees must be planning to teach for Sand Springs Public Schools the following year. After that point, when sites elect their site Teacher of the Year, then each candidate is in the running for District Teacher of the Year. And part of that process means that nominees have to go through a pretty extensive process. And I'm sure just by reading that, it looks really fun to all of you. They get to submit a Flipgrid video telling us a little bit about themselves, a short biography outlining their career. They get to submit a Flipgrid video telling community and personal achievements, 3 letters of recommendation, and then a written response to a prompt provided by the Teacher of the Year selection committee. And then after that point, it's not over yet. After they submit all of those materials, the committee will meet and we will review those materials. And then from that information, we select 5 finalists. Your 5 finalists have to participate in a 30-minute structured interview with the Teacher of the Year selection committee. During that time, we ask them a series of questions, and we ask them to reflect on their career, and we ask them to tell anything else about themselves that we might want to know. After the interviews are completed, the Teacher of the Year selection committee selects the Sand Springs Teacher of the Year. And it's always an interesting process because at the end of that meeting, when we tabulate the votes, Jennifer Triplett, who's my admin assistant, we look at each other and we go, okay. And the committee looks at us and says, well, and we say, see you later. There's only about 4 people in the district that know who our winner is today. So, and we've actually kept that secret, right? I don't know. I hope they did. But anyway, so without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to recognize our site Teachers of the Year. So as I call your name, if you could please come up, and we have a certificate for you. And at the end of the ceremony today, we've also got a glass plate that's been inscribed by Jessica Sprague, who's our engineering teacher at Charles Page High School. She inscribed all these plates for you. So at the end of the day, don't forget to take that home with you. If you don't take it home, then that just means I have 12 place settings that I can use this weekend. So, but as I call your name, if you come up and pick up your certificate. So from the Early Childhood Education Center, Julie Wagner. And I'll tell you what, if you don't mind, guys, we're going to line up right in front of the TV. Julie, you get to stand here the longest. From Angus Valley Elementary, Jerry Carter. And I believe that we paid the acceptance on our behalf today. From Limestone Technology Academy, Tara Elledge. From Pratt Elementary, Pam Eubanks. From Garfield STEAM Academy, Megan Sowers. From Northwoods Fine Arts Academy, Jennifer Ennis. From the 6th grade center, Sandy Gillstrap. From Clyde Boyd Middle School, Amy Boatwright. From Charles Page Freshman Academy, Becky Painter. From Charles Page High School, Christy Bouchard. From the Tulsa Boys Home, Jill Sandberg. And Kim Newport will be accepting on her behalf today. And from the Sand Springs Virtual Academy, Casey Yateman. So can you get it? We're gonna take a little picture with you guys with Superintendent Durkee.
You should give it.
Oh, really? Oh.
Okay, so it's real quick. As Sandy, I mean, really tower. It's too big for my capacity, so I gotta use my phone. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. You want to get in there? All right, thank you.
Well, slowly back over. Okay. So after we have our selection process, so selecting our 5 finalists, one of the things that we do every year is we schedule some time with each of our 5 finalists to spend some time in their classroom, take a look at how they structure their classroom, do a classroom visit. And one of the things that I started a couple of years ago that I'm sure that they weren't really excited about is I started videoing some of those moments. And so what we've done here is in assembling the information for today, we're going to share a little bit with you a small glimpse inside the classroom. And I'm getting some evil stares from some of the 5 right now. But so what we're going to do is as I call their name, guys, you're going to love this part. You're going to come up and accept your finalist certificate because you will receive a certificate recognizing you as a district finalist for Teacher of the Year, as well as if you look on the back wall over here, we have a bag that has an inscription with your school site and district finalist, and we have a mortar and pestle that has your name inscribed on it. And so if anybody needs an explanation about what a mortar and pestle is, just Google it while we're doing this part. So some don't, right? And with that, as I call your name, you will need to stand off to the side as we show your video and talk about you. So this is a fun part for me because anyway. So our first finalist is Amy Boatwright. Come on up, Amy. You guys can give her a round of applause. So one of the things that I get to do in my job, and I'm going to go ahead and give you your certificate. One of the things that I get to do in my job is I get to do professional development for all new teachers when they're hired. And I remember being back there in the classroom training teachers as Amy came into the district, and she just had a fire and an enthusiasm for teaching. And that's evident still as you're going to see here, as as we visit her classroom. And I'm just realizing now I need to share my screen, don't I?
You do.
I do.
We'll also need to unmute, and I'm going to mute those mics.
We are explorers, innovators, and engineers. We believe we are all scientists. Hello, my name is Amy Wright. I teach 7th grade science at Clyde Boyd Middle School. I've been teaching for 12 years. The past 4 have been at Clyde Boyd Middle School teaching science. While I am not in the classroom, you can find me spending time with my husband, Isaac, and our 12-year-old daughter, Maddie. We enjoy exploring new spots in Oklahoma and attempting to beat our road trip time driving to Rhode Island to see my dad every other year. I also enjoy baking with my daughter, and we have even made a couple of fun videos titled The Home Baking Show. You can also catch me out supporting the Lady Sandikes volleyball and basketball teams. While I enjoy all those things mentioned previously, my greatest passion is sharing my love for science with my students. In doing so, I adopted the science creed from the beginning of the video for not only myself, but for the minds I teach every day. My students are explorers, innovators, engineers, scientists, and more. When my students walk into my class, I want them to know that science is meant to be explored and questioned, that it is okay if we do not find the answers right away. Keep on searching. Thank you for considering me for this year's District Teacher of the Year for Sand Springs Public Schools.
Hello, my name is Christy Bouchard. This is my 4th year teaching biology at Charles Page High School and my 14th year as a science teacher. I've been married for 26 years to my husband, David Bouchard. We met in Mrs. Baker's 10th grade pre-AP English class here at Charles Page High School and have been together ever since. After graduation from Oklahoma State University, I taught science for 2 years in Texas, then worked from home for 10 years until our sons were both in elementary school. Our oldest son graduated from OU last May with degrees in linguistics and computer science. Our youngest son graduated from Charles Page in 2020 and is currently in his sophomore year at OU. As an educator, my vision is to create a learning environment for students and staff that's founded on relationships, focused on learning, and steeped in encouragement where everyone can learn at high levels. I love watching students' eyes light up with excitement as they learn, especially in hands-on activities. Many of our students have never had the opportunity to plant anything, so every year I give them several chances. A few weeks ago, my students planted daffodils on the hill beside the Performing Arts Center. Much of our work as educators is unseen, seemingly hidden below ground and dormant. It's easy to wonder if the work we have done and the seeds we have planted in our students will grow. But just as I know that next spring the daffodils will sprout and bloom, I know with confidence we will also see our students sprout and bloom in the future. Thank you for considering me for Sand Springs Public Schools Teacher of the Year. I'm honored to be selected alongside these outstanding educators.
Welcome to my music room here at Pratt Elementary. My name is Pam Eubanks, and this is where I get to make music, explore music, create music, and have a wonderful time with my 5 through 11-year-old students. And also here at Pratt for the last 20 years, I have led what is called CCC, Christian Campus Club. It's with the 5th graders as leaders. They lead it, and I just help facilitate and use my music room. I've done it for 20 years, and they help lead younger students as they do praise and worship music. My love for Jesus and for kids and music is perfect for what I am blessed to do every day here at Pratt Elementary. I've done it now for 23 years. Teaching's changed over the years, but mostly for the better, especially with technology. Kids will always have a need to learn and grow and aspire to excel in their future. My job is to help them find their voice vocally as well as verbally. I love my job. I love being here at Pratt, and I thank you for considering me to be one of the Teacher of the Years for 2021-22. Thank you.
Hello, fellow Sandites. My name is Sandy Gillstrop, and I'm the 6th grade Center's Teacher of the Year. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I have a wonderful partner named Marlon, and I have 2 beautiful children, Connor, who's a sophomore at the high school, and Jackson, who's in 6th grade here with me. A few years ago, I had the wild hair to move up from teaching pre-K to middle school science and STEM, and it was the best decision I ever made. One thing I know is that all children, no matter if they're 4 or if they're 13, have a desire to learn, to be engaged in what they're doing, and to be loved. As a lifelong Sandite, an Orange Bird all the way up to graduation, I would be honored to represent Sand Springs at the state level for Teacher of the Year. Thank you for your consideration, and have a wonderful day.
Hello, my name is Becky Painter, and I am the Site Level Teacher of the Year for Charles Page High School Freshman Academy. I've taught English at the Freshman Academy I'm in my 10th year right now. I did always want to be an English teacher, but it ended up being a career change for me. I was a technical writer before, and then whenever I got to a place in my life where I really wanted to give it a shot, I went ahead and made that switch in my 30s. I'm a first generation Sandite. I grew up in and around Sand Springs, attended Anderson until I was 8 years old. Then my family went to Louisiana for 2.5 years for my dad's job. And then we came back when I was like in the 5th grade. And I finished out the rest starting going to Garfield Elementary. And then, of course, I went on to Central Junior High. And then I graduated from Charles Page in 1999. I got my BA in English from Northeastern State University in 2005. And then I worked for the University of Oklahoma until 2012 when I became licensed to teach through the Department of Education's alternative certification process. My son Noah just finished his first semester at OU. I'm really proud of the fact that he's a second generation Sandite because I love this community. And I have 2 rescue dogs. Adopted Rosie from Animal Welfare in Sepulpa back in 2014, and I adopted Buttercup about 1.5 years ago. That's about it.
I'm muted.
Okay.
So at this time, what I'd like to do is I would like to recognize 2 of our school board members and Ms. Durkee, and we're going to have them jump into the photo as well. Today with us, we have Mr. Bo Novel and Miss Jackie Wagner.
I didn't agree to anything with it. Or not, I wouldn't either. I know when I see him, some Miss Painter. Somebody thinks wrong color on.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hold on a second. One more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much.
Okay. So at this time, if you guys could stay there, we're going to take about a 30-minute break while you guys. So.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm going to turn this part of the ceremony over to Superintendent Durkee.
So I'm going to be in trouble because I will say that our board members are some of the most humble people I've ever met who support our mission. You guys, we just came off of an amazing day for professional development. I got to entertain, maybe, I don't know, have 3 sessions with 20-ish teachers in each session. And it was so refreshing just to sit and talk, let you all ask whatever you needed to ask, and really just sit and challenge you to maybe unwind a little bit about, the conditions over the last couple of years, which has been a little bit trying. So all these people are amazing. I can't say enough about this event. It's one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. And typically I don't think announce the district teacher of the year, but Sean's allowing me to have that honor today. So I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to make these.
Don't you remember that strongly worded email?
So I'm just compliant. I'm just going to comply. This is just so much fun. I will say to you, the teacher of the year this year is also one that had 2 of my 3 children. You get super emotional about those people that have your own kids in class. I'm pretty sure one of them had you as well, but golly, the kind of care and honestly, life support, even for a seasoned educator that teachers give our kids every day, it's amazing. So
This is
So,
the
I know. So without further ado, I am so proud to announce Miss Pam Eubanks as So this is you can say a few words if you can hold it together.
This is my 23rd year at Pratt Elementary. And I've always loved music, but I've always loved school and elementary age children. And so I feel like when I got hired, it was such a blessing. Mr. Roberts hired me. I got to serve 17 years with him. And now I have the wonderful Miss Biggs as my principal. And I love school. When I go to work, I don't feel like I'm going to work. I'm getting to go to school. And music was a big deal for me in school. I wasn't a real great student in math and reading. Nancy over here, Miss O will help me get through algebra 2. But music was something I could always fall back on, and I knew the Lord had really given me a talent and a blessing to be able to use my music. And so that's what I try to do at school from kindergarten to 5th grade, just to love those kids and to let them see how much fun music is. And that for some of them, it may be their career, but it also is something that they can come and look forward to and hopefully love in my grade.
Well, they love you too, so we need time. One more photo. Kristen, Gary, you guys want to join us?
The teachers,
My principal.
teachers get emotional. You say you get emotional about this.
Yeah.
Teachers that have my kids need emotional support. You know, Sam.
Here's some good thoughts. Get up here. Yeah, I'll send you. So, yeah, let's put her right in the middle. So, hey, Gary, I'm gonna do this to you.
No.
Oh, yeah, either way. Okay.
Just like this.
Okay.
Finding me.
It's really complicated. Cover it.
All right. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. We got a good one. Yes, thank you.
Fantastic.
So, Dan,
Back at you. Thank you. The rest of the program is yours.
congratulations.
Well, that concludes our streaming or live streaming ceremony. So everybody that's watching out there, thank you for taking the time to watch, and hopefully your watch party went well. And for those of you that are still here, feel free to stick around and visit. We have some Teacher of the Year cookies over here on the table if you'd like to grab a cookie. And also, Ms. Eubanks, there is a District Teacher of the Year package over there for you as well. So thank you guys, everybody, for being here today.